Hey guys and gals, welcome to Drill of the Week number 20, Peanut Butter and Jelly. It's December 24th, 2017, and I shot these two videos, Drill of the Week 20 and Drill of the Week 21, yesterday, the 23rd. And so I'll hopefully do commentary and get them both up today. So a little bit of a description about what we're talking about. Peanut butter is referring to the long tone studies that I had posted early on with the drills of the week. I think it might have been my second drill or third drill, I don't remember. But they've been very popular, and I think that they're really good drills. So that's the peanut butter aspect of Drill of the Week 20, referring to a long tone study. And jelly is the sweetness or the focus and center in the sound that I'm looking for. A lot of long tone studies neglect getting focus in the sound. They're just looking to play with a big resonant sound, but they kind of miss the point of what makes a big resonant sound is focus. So I want to speak about the catalyst for that, or what kind of made me want to work on this drill, or these two drills that I've recorded. And it was an article in the ITEA this last month, an interview with Alan Baer. And it was a great interview. I thought it was really well done. They asked him a lot of really interesting things. But one of the things that Alan said in that interview, when describing brass players and tuba players in particular, was that he felt that a lot of brass players were quote unquote blown out as it regards their sound and their embouchure and the focus in their tone. And I completely agree. I think he's 100% right on that. This arms race that we get into as brass players, it tends to take us away from focus and more towards just volume of tone and size of tone, rather than focus in sound, which actually results in more depth of tone and actually more resonance. The brass instruments, when they get a more focused signal going into them, they tend to more efficiently amplify sound and create tone. So that's the point behind this study. So I'll give you a quick description of what it is. I don't use a metronome. You can use a metronome if you need. I don't necessarily see a point in using the metronome because I'm using these long tones to listen for a particular sound. And in this particular instance, I'm listening for that sweet middle of the tone. Now, where we tend to get this sound the most is in the middle and upper registers. So what I'm trying to do in these studies is bring the upper register and the low register together in the components of tone that they're making and go for that focus and extend it in every direction. It's not hard to get a focused upper register sound, but middle and low register can be a challenge, and hopefully this study will help you do that. So the first thing I do is I start on a low C, I slur down to pedal C, and then come up a half step to C sharp, just above pedal C. Then still in the same breath, slur back down to the pedal C, through the low C, up to tuning C, and come down a half step. So from the pedal C, I've come up a half step, and from the tuning C, I've come down a half step. And I've traveled from one of the more unfocused settings, generally speaking, to a more focused setting. I'm trying to bring them together, bridge the gap between those two extremes in register. I take a breath, then I do it again, starting on low C, slowing down to pedal C, and coming up a whole step to a D from just above pedal C, slur back down to the pedal C, through tuning C, or through low C up to tuning C, down a whole step to B flat. And take a breath, and then do it and continue in half step increments in both directions, both up from pedal C and down from tuning C. When I've gone chromatically in both, all in one breath, that is a set. We'll call it a series. The second series then starts on low C, or starts on tuning C in the staff, second space. Then I slur down to a low C, come up a half step, slur back down to a low C, through the tuning C up to a high C, and down a half step to a B. And repeat the exact same procedure as I did in the first set, but up an octave. The third set is then starting on low C, slowing down to pedal C, all the way up to high C and coming down a half step. So now I'm trying to connect pedal C and high C and try and go for more focused tone in both registers. Obviously the upper register is going to be easier, but the low register, you want to be gauging one register against the other for that common focused sweet spot. We're looking, remember, this is peanut butter long tones, but with jelly. That's that sweetener. We're looking to inject that focus and sweetness in the tone. The fourth series starts on low C, slurs up to tuning C, down all the way to pedal C. Then the fifth series, I start on tuning C, slur up to high C, down to low C. And then the sixth series, I start on tuning C, slur up to high C, all the way down to pedal C. Again, working in half step increments, getting wider and wider and wider, or closer and closer and closer together, sorry. So, one of the things in this particular video, if I had put everything up on the video, all the various sets, and went through everything, it would take forever. This is probably about, depending on your own pace and how much chops you have, where you put it in your warm-up, this can take the better part of 20 or 30 minutes. So I didn't want to put all that up there. In this video, the format is I play the first two reps of each set, and then the last two. And then I go on to the next series. Well, I play them all, but on the recordings, all you see is the first and last two of each series, and then I go on to the next series. So you can figure it out. Again, I know people want it written out. You'll get this. You'll figure it out. Just hit pause if you like to play along, play through on your own, and then go to the next series, which is in the video. So that's peanut butter and jelly, drill of the week number 20. Merry Christmas, guys.